Hello, and welcome back to another Miscellaneous Monday, where today we're going to be looking at the Shinkalion Change the World Dr. Yellow. Probably butchered the name, but forgive me. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which the video, or what else would you like to see in a video. So onto the figures themselves. And yes, I said figures. I will show off that in, a little bit. So here we have them in their bullet train mode. Now, typically for the American steam, train era, whatever you want to call it, this would be an ABA unit. You got the two A's with the B unit. Now, in Japan, I don't think, as far as for their bullet trains, that this is a thing. I could be very much so wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, overall, I really do like this bullet train mode. It's very interesting. Definitely pretty cool. So let's take a quick look at the details. So I'm going to just focus on this part. So up front, you get the nice painted windscreens with some silver paint right up here, I'm assuming for the lights. Then you get this black rectangle right there. I don't know my bullet train anatomy, so forgive me. But going down the side, you get some the blue stripes with the gray as well. So not too shabby. And the same thing on this side as well. Going down the B unit, you get, I'm just going to go ahead and unclip that. So you get some stickers right up here. Now the whole Shinkalion stuff, they do have stickers. So if that's a turnoff for you, yeah, ultimately the stickers are not needed unless you just want to give it some more detailed look. So that I chose the more detailed look, so there's that. Now, this piece is removable. It is molded in kind of a mustard yellow, almost gold, but I have, even if this is molded gold, I have no fear for DPS of it as I throw it. But it is painted a nice silver, and it just clips in right on here. So, and they get the same blue stripe with the gray, and same thing for this unit as well. So, not too bad. Now, these hook together just fine. And since this is Takara's own line, they do sell track for these guys because they have their own like Thomas the Train stuff over there as well. So I think that's pretty neat that they made these fit on that as well. So now, as for their accessories, they both come with a combined mode foot, a combined mode fist, combined mode shin, which can't all be combined. So you just want to take these two pieces and make sure that this flap is folded under. Then you want to take those two ports going into those two slots, plug that in with, and also real quick sticker detail. Then you want to take this tab right here, and it'll go right just below where that hinge is. So there you go. And also another sticker right there, which that makes no sense to me because that is the bottom of the combined mode foot. So, okay. But anyways, they both come with one in black, one in blue, and they both get this nice yellow stripe. Comes with this piece for the combined mode of with one other Shinkalion. The mask, which is molded in a kind of a rubbery blue plastic, but painted nicely done yellow. So there's that. And you get the sword, which is interesting sword. So now, unfortunately, these two pieces cannot store in the elongated alt mode. If you were to remove the two A units, then you can just plug in right back here. So you would just take this square port right here, just plug it in, and you have that sort of kind of look, which looks absolutely ridiculous. It reminds me of, which one was it? The Action Masters from G1, I believe, where it's just, yeah. So, but as far as the rest of this goes, you want to take this piece right here, and it will slot in right there and slide in on these rails as well. And ultimately, if you wanted to, you can just glue it in because you will never need to remove it. But then you would take this peg right here, going into that screw hole right there, and then just kind of push down on it. Then you want to take either of those 5mm pegs and it will go into one of these two holes. Now I recommend using the outer one so that way, or actually no, you can use the inner one, it doesn't matter. But the outer one definitely for if you want to have it at an angle and just, something like that. So get that plugged in, and just like with Transformers, it looks absolutely ridiculous. So, but anyways, for a real quick size comparison, here we have G2 Sideswipe with the ever long train. And if you just want to see how he looks with the one piece, so there is all of that. So yeah, overall, this train mode is very nice. Definitely a very long for this line train. So let's get down to transformation. So I'm just going to focus. Oh, nope, we're not doing you yet. I'm just going to focus on one of them for the transformation because it's exactly the same. That's the one downside I have with the this line is they're all pretty much exactly the same. The only difference would be is how the front end works. That's it. But anyways, let's go ahead and set him off to the side. I will focus on him later. So first things first, you do want to remove this entire bottom section. And that's another issue I have with the line personally, is in robot mode, these just go off to the side. There is no use for them in the robot mode. But anyways, then come to these panels, this middle section right here, and slide those off. Then go ahead and unpeg the feet or the legs. We're basically just doing this, so get that in. Then you want to take these side panels, double hinge them back. There is that tab going into that slot. Next, take the arms, pull them out, set them off to the side for right now. Next, come up to the cab, unpeg it, flip it up, flip this piece in, flip this one up, then just go ahead and bring all this, make sure that tab's in, all that down, push, get the head out of the way, come on, there we go, push this down, and then for the feet, go ahead and split them, bring the hips out one click, push this down, and kind of rock the ball joint back, angle the foot so that way he can stand properly, and then come to the arms, split them, take this section, bring it up, find where the thumb is, and rotate that accordingly. Then take one of your pieces, so that one's that shoulder, and using the longer peg, thank you, we'll go into that port on the shoulder. So plug that in, do the same thing for this side, rotate and all that. Then you have 2 arms. So I'm gonna raise the camera up. All right. So you got these square slots on the side, and just plug the arms in accordingly. Plug those in accordingly. Then rotate around the head and flip at the crest. And there you go. There you have who I am calling Hyde in robot mode. So not too shabby. So I'm going to transform his brother real quick. Anyways, here we have Hyde right here, and if you see a little bit of shift, that's because the one complaint I do have, at least for the base mode of these guys, is their feet are really tiny with not much heel spur, so they just love to fall back, and it's not even like they're super back heavy either. But yeah, anyways, here we have them both in their robot modes, and they look pretty good. So let's take a quick look at his face sculpt, because pretty much the only difference between these guys is the toes don't have paint and the shoulder pads are molded differently, which makes them look more unique. His looks more, like battle worn, while his looks more pristine. So please just stay. Anyways, gonna go ahead and rip it in half. Don't worry, that's part of the gimmick. But anyways, get some nice, really good face sculpt. Get the silver for the lower jaw, kind of that nice, really nice green for the eyes, blue for the crest, silver his eyebrows, and all that. So looks really good. Again, you got some stickers on the forearms, and you get some stickers on the belly focus, please. Stickers on the belly that's out of focus. Oh well, it's not wanting to focus for some reason. Get some. These are the easiest to apply stickers on the entire set of any of these figures, in my opinion. So, but overall, not too bad. Now, the only paint on his head is his blue eyes and his silver eyebrows and his horn. So, not too bad. Now, anyways, for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, can look down, can look up, does a full 360 as well, and you get a little bit of side to side as well. Arms, full 360, can move out all the way, bicep rotation. You get over 90 degrees of elbow bend, nothing at the wrist. Waist, you get a rotation. Legs can move forward on a nice ratchet. Back all the way. Can do the full splits and then some. Thigh rotation, 90 degrees of knee bend. And the feet got the transformation hinge and a ball joint at the foot, so you can get all sorts of up and down and ankle tilt. Not too much ankle tilt, you pretty much get just enough for an A stance, which sucks, but oh well. But anyways, as far as weaponry goes, you can use the sword with the helmet on it. That, again, looks ridiculous, but whatever. Just plugs it right into the hand, and he can sort of fold it. So, alright. And if you wanted to, they can use this as a weapon. It looks ridiculous. So, but you can. I wish this peg was a little bit less shallow, like just a little bit longer would have been nice, because there is just enough molded on the form where they have nothing to really grip. Now, granted, you can plug it in like this, have a weird looking bazooka. It's up to you. Or you can plug it onto the form as a giant cannon, and that's totally an option. It makes them a little bit side heavy, but it works. If you didn't want to use it as a weapon, you can plug it onto the back using that giant square peg, or that port, on that peg. But I don't recommend it, as he will fall backwards, make him completely back heavy. Again, lack of heels. So, yeah. But at least you get some sort of weaponry with these guys. And I'm going to just plug it onto the side of his forearm. And there you go. But anyways, for real quick size comparison, you may see these shift, they might fall over, I don't know. Here we have G2 Sideswipe, and they are pretty big boys. So there is all of that. Now, for this entire line, they do each form, since you can combine 3 trains, each one can form a torso or a leg and arm. So I'm going to show you how to get torso mode. So I'm just going to, I'm going to use him because he just wants to fall over. So for torso mode, just rip off the lower half, rip his legs off, split his crotch, take his arms, do that, pop these off, transform these back into their alt mode configuration. So do all that, and you are ready to go. So you want to bring in this section, unpeg that fist, set that off to the side for right now. Then go ahead and plug in using that square peg into that port. So plug that in, then take his crotch, plug those onto the side, and then almost done. I want to take these sections, plug them in back here, plug them in back. Well, plug one side, and I find this the easiest way to do this. So take the fists, plug them together. There we go. Then they'll grip those 2 ports right back here. So plug those on. Come on, plug on. Plug on. There we go. All right. So then you want to bring this section back in, and there are those 2 notches that will go right onto those tabs. So I recommend just getting the one side in as far as you can. So get this kind of tabbed in. Then go ahead and slot this other piece in, and I'll hold it in securely. And there you go. There is your torso mode for any of the Shinkalions. So, going to set that off to the side. For the feet, you just fold them up back up into all mode for right now. So, get that folded up and set those off to the side. Because for the leg and arm mode, so I'm going to just pop everything off, why not? Alright, for the leg and arm mode, set those off to the side for right now. Again, dismantle them. That's always the fun part with these. Now the legs you do want to leave completely attached and just go ahead and combine them back up into vehicle mode configuration, pretty much. So plug all that together, then take these side panels and bring them up, and around there is that tab that will go into the slot at the bottom of the foot. So plug that in, plug this around and in. Then you want to take this section right here and it will plug into the knees. So plug that in, come on, plug that in. Then you want to take the final fist, put it off to the side. Then this slot right here will go into that port right there. Then just bring down the toe. There is one leg. For the arms, detach these, and actually bring this back in, my bad. Go ahead and where the breakage is more for the shoulder pad, that is where the ports you'll plug in. So plug that in. Oh, sorry, my bad. You're actually using the more shallow port. So rotate that around so that way the bracket can fit right into that port. Why aren't you fitting? There we go. Come on. Yeah, sometimes these don't like to stay on, but okay, now there's a foot. For the arms, again, all mode configuration. So just flip these around, but you also want to bring out this section right here of the elbow. So rotate that up, push that in. Sometimes it's easier to get it before it goes into the arm or the all mode configuration. All right. Then just go ahead and combine the arms up. Make sure everything is lined up. Then take the fist, plug it on. And then depending on if you want it left or right, that is where you rotate the panel. So I'm just going to put it like this. Then you would want to bring in one of the feet. This port right here will go into that peg. So, oh, other foot. My bad. Come on. Where is it? There it is. Then just take the side panel, rotate it up like you're in alt mode, and there is a fist. For the arm, just return the torso back to alt mode. So flip this down, flip that around is the easiest way I've found to do it. So get this all lined up. Oop. That first, then that. Then bring down this section, bring it down, rotate, and then plug this all together. And then this will just go on the other arm. But there you go. This is how you get them into their combined modes. And then you just, plug this on and plug that on up there. Come on. And you can see how tall he would be. So I'm going to raise up the camera. All right. So yeah, you'll see just how tall they are pretty much. Yeah. So I am going to go ahead and get him back into basically this configuration because we're going to be going into Dr. Yellow. So I'll be right back with that, folks. All right, got them all back into their correct configuration. So I'm going to have to lower. Yeah, let's just leave it up there. All right, so you want to bring in this unit for the whole Dr. Yellow. Remove that piece, set it off to the side. Then come to these side bits right here. Bring that up, and then just kind of wiggle that free, set that off to the side for right now. Next, you want to go ahead and split that, and then this port right here going into that right there. Then take the legs, bring them out one click so you can rotate these around. One click or two, whatever. Bring them out. And then finally, you want to use this lever right here to be able to flip up the combined mode head. Push that back. Push that back, and there you go. There is Dr. Yellow in his torso mode. So real quick, look at the horn. Oh, I didn't flip it down from transformation. So pretty interesting head sculpt. I kind of wish I could get the eyes painted blue, but oh well. Well, you get to the nice silver for the lower part of the face mask. Nice smiley face up there. So yeah, a lot of paints. You get some sticker detail right there. So not too shabby. But anyways, you just, these ports right here going into that section right there. So plug that in. Now these can go on either side. I just prefer, blue and black on these sides right here. So then just go ahead and plug that in up there. Plug this in. Kind of get the arms in a natural pose. And there you go. There is Dr. Yellow in combined mode, and it looks really good. This is my favorite set that they have done so far. It looks really good. So, yeah, a little bit thin in the arms, but, well, what can you do? So, not too shabby. Now, I do have issues with in general, combined modes for this line. The ankles, I wish there was something kind of, filling it out a little bit. And I think the arms are a little too short. But overall, as far as articulation and shoulders, you lose all outward movement. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. So, but speaking of articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so I can look down, can kind of look up, full on, well, can't do a full 360 just because of how his head is shaped and all that stuff. Arms can do a full 360. Can't move in or out unless you count this, but that's far out as you get. You get 90 degrees of elbow bend with a bicep rotation. Nothing at the wrist. For this mode, nothing at the waist, which was weird because they could have easily put in a rotational joint right here. Oh well. So, but the legs can move forward that far. The ratchet could have been a little bit stronger, but oh well. Okay, they can move back that far. Get this kind of out of the way. Can do the full splits, and it holds okay. Thigh rotation. You get 90 degrees of knee bend. And the feet, they have an ankle tiltage and a rotation with a toe joint. So, pretty decently posable, in my opinion. So, bring this back down. Now, as far as his weaponry, you can take his shield, which has 2 giant stickers. Using this port, plugs onto the forearm. Why are you leaning backwards? There we go. Okay. Then for the sword, you can pull out the blade, and he can hold it just fine. Oop, there we go. Come on. There we go. I don't like the gummy plastic they use for the sword, but I can understand why. And then for this piece, just plug it onto the sword. So, and real quick, I forgot to mention, the shield can store on the back if you don't want to use it. You got either this square peg or this square peg, and it just plugs right in. The sword can plug in but you have to have it where this detailing is facing back. So, but I guess you can almost kind of use those almost, but yeah. So that's, if you wanted to store everything on the back and just not have him using any of his weapons. So anyways, back to the video. Overall, not too shabby. He does combine with the first Shinkalion that they did for the series, the main one, I'm assuming, like the Red Ranger of sorts. But I can do that one in his own video if y'all want to see more of this. So, but yeah, overall, I really do like this. This, like I said, this is my favorite one that they have done so far. And I have most of the line. So, but yeah, looks really, really good. Oh, and size comparison wise, sorry. Side to right. So, yeah, he's tiny. Oh, and one more complaint, like I said, nothing to do with these in combined modes. It sucks. Seriously, I wish that they found a way to have this form a shield or something besides just, oh, you're done. Okay, set it off this side. Oh well. But anyways, I think that's about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.